Welcome to the Sobar Social as part of the Nottstopping Digital Festival. I'm Jason, I'm the manager of Sobar, and I'm here to bring you the very best of what Sobar has to offer. And that very best is the Do or Die Poets. Sobar's very own poetry troupe led by the amazing Miggy Angel. All the people from the Do or Die Poets attend the regular writing group at the Wellbeing Hub, facilitated by Miggy, and these are some of the fruits of their wonderful labours. So without further ado, Miggy Angel, please take it away.
Hello there, my name is Miggy Angel. I'm a poet based in Nottingham. You're joining me live from the Poetry Lockdown HQ here in Nottingham. Gives me great pleasure today to represent and introduce to you the Do or Die Poets. We're a local group of poets that meet weekly and we perform live poetry in Nottingham. So if you've seen us, hello again. If you don't know who we are, hello for the first time. I'm going to read you a poem from my first book, Graham Curbstone Psalms. And then I'm going to introduce you to the amazing, fantastic Do or Die Poets. And we are performing today for the Nottstopping Festival. So I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope you're all having a fantastic festival. And I hope it's not too long until we see each other again in person. Okay. This poem today that I'm going to read is called The Wind. It's from my first book, Graham Curbstone Psalms. In the final assessment, we all choose a single action and repeat it into infinity. That man there cannot stop adjusting his rearview mirror. This one here is playing with his cufflinks. There's a woman who walks the city banging people's bins with a long stick. My mother would wind an electric eel around her middle finger as her eyes burned sulphur. My father walked the block circumference in an anti-clockwise stoop. There are those whose actions mimic an eclectic range but really are invariable. I keep getting back up. The tallest building in the city retreats back into the earth a millimetre each year. There's this one bullet that haunts the metropolis in search of a recipient it shall never meet. The farmhand counts his sheep diligently, but is always one sheep down when he returns from the valley. I keep on getting back up. The wind keeps on whispering, stay down. Thank you very much. Gives me great pleasure now to hand you over to the capable, amazing, fantastic hands of the individuals known collectively as the Do or Die Poets. And I would like to, on behalf of the Do or Die Poets, dedicate our performance today to the memory of our beautiful friend and member of the Do or Die Poets, Lolly. We will miss you very much, Lolly. And we thank you so much for letting us be part of your journey and for sharing your amazing poetry with us. And we will miss you. God bless. Here they are for the Nottstopping Festival. It's the Do or Die Poets. Thank you very much.
Thank you there, Miggy Angel. Miggy is the facilitator and coordinator of the writing group at the Wellbeing Hub, and these are where all the Do or Die Poets have learned their trade and their beautiful, beautiful craft. Next up, we have a wonderful woman called Gemma, who I first saw perform at the Sobar Social about 2 years ago now, and she's gone on to amazing things and is performing all over the region. So please, pray tell for the wonderful Gemma Fenn.
It makes no sense to me. Stories that have no beginning and then sometimes don't end. He has the same colour hair as my granddad when he died, and the same wandering worldly blue eyes, and the same etched in Celtic lines that conceal torment with a scallywag smile. Oh, and he firmly believes he's right. He can't for the world of him find one person to admire. I get angry, but at the same time I can sort of see his side. If you pitch your tent and stick to your guns, you've got to be prepared to fight. And if you stay in one place too long, well, it's easier for them to see your lies. So I just let it slide. I'm watching bounce and bob from explanation to excuse like a gradually deflating helium balloon. And I look around this room at the madmen, the winos, the junkies, the burnouts who backtracked, said, forget this, I am not going out like that. And I try to pin the exact point that this cell became a sanctuary. And all he really wants is his family. He told me. The day he finally broke, I felt no victory. I just looked him square in the eye as I handed him a hot cup of tea. Worlds apart, but we both stayed out after dark too long. Dancing in the rain, soaked to the bone. Untethered, but never truly free.
And that was the wonderful Gemma Fenn, a fantastic alumnus from the writing group at the Wellbeing Hub. The Wellbeing Hub is part of the wider treatment system that we work within here at Sobar. We're a community interest company, and we try and provide a space, a safe space for people to remove any stigma from treatment or addiction, to have a nice time, a fancy cake, and a great time at our Sobar socials, and that's what we're here for today. And just a massive thanks going to the Nottstopping Festival for having us here. We really appreciate it. I know the guys and the girls from the writing crew love it, and really happy that you're seeing their wares. So, again, back to our next act. We've got a wonderful woman called Tracy. Tracy I've known for a long time, very talented individual, has volunteered here at Sobar, has worked with us on various other creative projects, and is just a one-woman pocket rocket. So please, without further ado, Tracy Shaw.
Hello, Nottstop Festival. While we've been in lockdown, I've been thinking about what means a lot to me, and I've jotted down a few words about that. Summertime thoughts. Prisms of light create shafts so bright, colours in rays stream across range of sight, shadows dancing to and fro, dappled light ebbs in and then out it goes. Arching branches sway in warm breeze, leaves rustle as if chattering with a calm Sunday ease. A stream softly babbles as it flows through my mind, carrying away thoughts as I slowly unwind. Miles of sky. Greys, blues, fanning rays and hues, vast, unmeasurable, uplifting views, banks and ridges drawn across bright azure sky, creeping, sliding, gliding, then next scudding across the eye. A multitude of shape-shifting traces on the opaque background. Trailing brush-marked channels like painted gauze flutter in the breeze. Cotton wool puffs and sleek streaks that elude gravity. Soft tinted wisps of fluff with steel charcoal tipped illusion of solidity. Vary in subtle hues of emerging anger. Complex, winding, swirling, undulating moods. Rearing horses, swishing tails, vapor trails, deeps and pales, ethereal passing ripple waves, sit on an infinite sea of air, to cruise at myriad levels. Silver-lit scallops of storm-heavy gunmetal candy floss build into cushions that spring and bounce in warship-sodden richness. Sunlight sails on ancient trade winds, moving the view ever onwards to leave behind translucent strands of spiced ochre and crimson that radiate outwards in deep glowing dimension until illumination fades without great note to a delicate sorbet imprint, a pink or yellow tinged suggestion of something that might have been there but has since melted away into the end of the day. Subdued light from the lamp illuminates your feline shape as you move about your task. The shadows of pitch black within your fur merge into softer patches where the individual hairs are picked out in glowing contrast, spanning gracefully away from each other as they follow the curve of your body. The triangles of your ears sit like pockets of black velvet on top of your head as they hide their quirky tufts of white brush within. Magnificent eyebrows of graduating length fan out from above your eyes, drawing my gaze to your face as you curl around and lay before me. Deep, almond-shaped pools of amber and black stare at me gently before your eyelids drop slowly and your head tucks itself between paws and tail. Then a circle of fur is all that remains to be seen, composed of varying shades and textures, black, velvet, and silk. It rises slowly up and down as you snore lightly. My cat. Thank you, Notts Festival.
And that was the wonderful Tracy Shaw, who's a long-term friend of Sobar's, a great performer and a wonderful human being. Sobar's mission really is to help people overcome their stigma around addiction or any issues psychologically they might have about re-inhabiting and re-engaging in the world. And we are also providing much needed support for people in recovery, as well as, again, serving coffee and cake. We are owned by a charity called Double Impact. Double Impact have been working up and down the region for the last 22 years, delivering drug and alcohol treatment, education, employment, and everything a person needs to change their life for the better. So, without further ado, another one of our wonderful poets from the Do or Die poetry crew works with the writing group at the Wellbeing Hub, the wonderful Becca Shaw.
Hi, I'm Becky. Really grateful to be here today. Really great to be a part of something with people sharing their thanks, their skills, their talents, and hopefully everyone's going to have a good time. This is some of my poetry, but really I consider it to just be words which were an outlet, maybe something to be shared. Some people say my work is quite observational, but really I see it as opportunities of identification, which come out of my own challenges, my own recovery, which may and may not apply to lots of different people going through lots of different changes at any different time in their life. So here we go. Thanks.
So Aloe Vera is part of a trilogy. It's actually about me getting distracted whilst writing a journal. And then if you can identify with the plant, and I guess I can because a plant is a growing thing and it emerges, and maybe I just saw something about it that really was representative of what I wanted to express. Aloe Vera, I looked up and I quizzed because I thought you were dead. I realised you were not dead. You are not dead. A bit wounded, gungy, brown, watery discoloration, and I'd left you unattended. Abandonment. If you live in a coffin, you'll die in a coffin. No light, condensed space. The only solid surface to touch is what provides your own confinement. I do not speak. Freeze. Tense. I stop. I sweat. Wasted energy. No energy. Scared and scarred. Yeah, no energy. Not much left. Nothing left to grow. Scarred and scared. Scarred and scared. I am concerned about that particular shade of green that now matches the pot, just as if it has come to be part of you that you need to blend in order to survive. See another shoot, a different shade emerging, a lighter green, a mix of lemon and lime. More lime, definitely, a new zest. It's you. You're not a lime. You're my dear, strong, fallible and infallible. You are not a lime. You, Aloe Vera, are unique. So this one is called Avoiding Peace. Some of you may find it relevant for today. It goes like this. Judging me, judging you. Judging me, this is all going askew. It seems like you don't like what I say, and I don't respect the words you say today. The clothes you wear are far from good taste, and for that, I'll never be your mate. My views are ridiculous, not founded like yours, and the way you walk is not like the way I walk. We don't walk the same walk, not the same walk of life. You remind me of my own strife in life, the one that you don't understand, the one I don't want you to be a part of, because you judge me as I judge you. Your arrogance will end in silence or violence, pent-up anger of you judging me just for judging you. Now I am alone. You are alone in isolation of a bitter mind. Do you think this is typical of the potential of mankind? Kind? Not so kind. Not so kind in that picture of me judging you. You judging me, judging you. This is a ridiculous picture of our being. No wonder we don't have peaceful minds. Let me love you, to love me, just to love you. So this one is called In Battle No More, and it goes like this. It's really about letting go. In battle no more, at least for now. Push aside hurt, regret, fear and stumbling. They are the scars you wish me to bear. Like pains from a shooting bullet in a necessary or unnecessary war, they, or we, do not always speak. It is a unity unspoken. Humility, or pain, or love of being lost, and then of being found. The memories of the past can now be chosen until the hidden emerges, like a nasty, twisted reminder of what is and is not to be. And there is still the chance that I might stumble. Running. No more running wearing someone else's shoes. I can sprint, jog, I can run, or I can walk with my comfortable new foot companion. So, as I form a process of letting go, knowing there are new seeds to be sown, I feel a wave of excitement. I know, and it would be good. I kind of invite you to watch me grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Becky. Becky, another long-term friend of Sobar, long-term customer, and is a wonderful, wonderful poet, which I'm sure you'll agree. So then, now we've got a bit of a special advert here for you, put together by the wonderful guys from Studio House, Jeff and Richard. What we're trying to do now is to bring you some of the old throwbacks from our Sobar socials previously. Music, poetry, bit of comedy hopefully. So every Thursday we're going to be running our Throwback Thursdays. Catchy name, made up by myself, and I thank you all. So Sobar socials coming to you now digitally to the luxury of your own living room. Please enjoy. Coming soon to a living room near you. The Sobar Social Throwback Thursday. We'll be bringing you the best shows from our previous Sobar Socials, and with it, some of the best talent Nottingham has to offer.
Blown up. Where do you go when the bombs fall?
It's a rap on those, I know that's my dose of adrenaline, cause my mind won't let me sin. I'm letting it win every time. Penny set aside to afford to go on.
Would you like to come to a party? Would you like to be friends with me?
Join us every Thursday evening for great entertainment great performers, and a great time, all from the luxury of your own living room. What is Double Impact? Well, it's a community interest company, a social enterprise set up by the substance misuse charity Double Impact, who have been providing drug treatment in the Nottingham region since 1998. They developed a concept to hopefully help the social isolation people may face post-recovery. So Sobar was developed for the need from the recovery community to give people a place to enjoy themselves, have some nice food, live entertainment, basically be a social asset in the city to help those in recovery in the community reintegrate and have a good time, have a nice brew and have a nice coffee.
This one's called Cars and Caves and Similes and Stuff. I see friendly fire played out in the distance. Memories like adverts project the old wild paths, gulp down into the sunset. BRO Ken verse spilled out on dark into echo chambers and separate ecosystems suspended in infancy, stopping and stopping, AGAIN, not knowing I had restarted, coughing and spluttering with fuel tanks remaining vapors, mesmerizing sine waves of soft fields, loud, gentle. Like me as a child, nodding off in the passenger position without knowing that I'm just coasting down the hill. And I can't tell which way I've come just by looking at the road. I need maps of these lands. What news would I find in the north or the south? What words might I find I once lost from my mouth? This one's called photograph number 12. This seems familiar. Am I to enter or to leave? I've noticed of late that some of the leaves seem quietly out of place, and some of the greys are the wrong greys. What am I to enter into or leave from? I'm facing outwards from the carousel, and faraway edges are folding hospital corners inbound, different shaped breaths that I can't tend. The wild is unclipped, yawning, half awake.
So please join us every Thursday for our Throwback Thursday Sobar Socials, bringing you the best of what we had to offer, so when we open again, you're ready to have what we will offer you. So, more importantly, we're back to the Do or Die Poets now, the tour de force, I'm sure you'll agree. We've got the wonderful Beth coming up next, another member of the writing group. Beth's work does have the odd colourful metaphor used in there, so for people with tender ears or the young uns, it might be an idea to pop some fingers in your ears at certain stages. Our apologies in advance, no offence meant, but it's all part of the art. So please, Beth, take it away.
Hiya. My name's Beth Parker, and I am one of the Do or Die Poets. I attend the creative writing course at NRN every week with the amazing Miggy Angel and the amazing group of poets that are there. I've performed once at Sobar, and I've got 3 poems to read today. 2 are corona related, and the other is to do with the death of a best friend through substance use. Poets who inspire me: John Cooper Clarke, Jules Denby, Holly McNish, and recently Janine Booth. The next 2 poems I've written during lockdown, and the first one's called There's No Discrimination During a Pandemic. The nail bar had an A4 piece of paper on its doors that read, "Closed until?" She breathed out an irritable and forceful grunt. thinking only of the growing plastic claws on the end of her ageing fingers. Her fake tan now worn off, and Tanya's tans also advertised that they would be unavailable until further notice. She took herself off to Sainsbury's on her 4x4 journey home for a cheeky bottle of Prosecco to commiserate in her lack of victory. Driving past a gym where she spent hour after sweaty hour pushing out that bar of chocolate and that sinful occasional bag of crisps, another sigh. A sigh that filled the vehicle with sadness. Sunglasses on her unkempt hair, brushing away the droplets from her already rosy-soaked cheeks, she pulled up to the gates of the house. Stomach in knots. Gates opened. The slow drive. A drive she dreaded every time he was home. Now he was home. COVID-19, you fucker. Now she had no excuse to go out. The world was closed for all non-essential appointments. He opened the door to her, showing his yellow gritted teeth. She walked in, head down. If there was going to be a time that she needed to feel pretty, it was going to be after what was about to happen. And then this is the second poem I've written during lockdown, on a bit of a lighter note. It's called Crazy Town. Media distraction, no plan of action, no home to stay in, food banks wearing thin, nurses on the front line, fuck rules, we're fine, 5G towers built, toilet roll, no guilt, Carol fucking Baskin, no point in asking, leaders keep on lying, times are fucking trying, country's all on lockdown, motherfucking crazy town, checking on the death toll, 60 mins allotted stroll. Domestic violence on the rise, suicides, no surprise, conspiracies to fuck your head, every day 900 dead. Do what you can and do your bit, the situation's fucking shit. It's okay to bitch and moan, now please stay the fuck at home.
And that was the wonderful Beth. Again, apologies for any colourful metaphors that may have slipped out there for some tender ears, but it is part of the art, and yeah, we hope you enjoyed. So what we're going to do now, folks, we're going to have a small break from the Do or Die Poets and have a small musical interlude with one of our former acts and another great friend of the Sobar, Stacey McMullen. So please, Stacey, take it away.
Lines in the sand where the children play, where they hold their hands, for their world's not built our way. Lines in the sand where they've all grown up in a stretch of land where the children are blown up. Where do you go when the bombs fall? Where can you run within 4 walls? Where do you go when the bombs fall? Where can you run within 4 walls? Lines in the sand where the mothers talked, now a ruined land where their orphans learn to walk. Lines in the sand where history fades, where man is down to live inside the blockade. Where can you go when the bombs fall? Where can you run within 4 walls? Where can you go when the bombs fall? Where can you run within 4 walls? Lines in the sand where the warnings dropped, the promised land, but the guns never cease to stop. Lines in the sand that were drawn by men who don't understand that they do what was done to them. Where do you go when the bombs fall? Where can you run within 4 walls? Where where do you go when the bombs fall? Where can you run within four walls? Thank you very much.
That was the wonderful Stacey McMullen with Lines in the Sand, one of our very first performers here under my watch at the Sobar. As the Sobar, obviously we're closed at the moment due to the current crisis. We will be open again, don't you worry about that, providing great entertainment, great food, great coffee, and hopefully great people. Just to make the Sobar work, it really matters that you support the charity behind it if you can, which is Double Impact. Double Impact, as I've said, I've been delivering drug and alcohol treatment up and down the region for the last 22 years. Very successful, and we aim to get stronger and stronger and better and better. And you never know, open another Sobar somewhere. So, anyway, that's my rant over. But if you want to donate to Sobar, or more importantly, the charity Double Impact, the website address should be appearing quite soon with the magic of Rich and Jeff, who are helping out here. So, slowly but surely, this is bringing us to our concluding act here at our very special Sobar Social for the Nottstopping Festival. Ella, another wonderful talent, another wonderful woman who was engaged in the writing group, engaged in creation, engaged in recovery 120%, and I think this shows in the amazing work and the growth I've seen of this human being. But enough about me blowing smoke where Ella's concerned, because I think she's amazing. Anyway, without further ado, please welcome and enjoy Ella.
Hi, my name's Ella and I'm a poet. This is really strange. I hope that you're all safe. I hope that everybody you love and care about is safe, and I'm sending all my positivity and prayers to you right now. Thank you for being here today and allowing me to share some of my work with you. I found poetry through recovery from mental illness and recovery from addiction. And that's a journey that I'm still on. It's an ongoing process, and it's a journey I'm going to be on for as long as I live. I'm hopeful that through my practice, a practice that was born through meeting a poet called Miggy Angel, big up, one of the most amazing artists I've ever met, based in Nottingham, check him out. I was able to experience art in a transformative way and was given the tools to be able to really change my life. I want my poetry and my practice to show people that that's possible, and for you to know that if you're facing something difficult, art can be a tool you can use to get through it. I'm going to share 3 pieces with you today. The first is called Storms. Jars of tears, raked and stored for tens of years, break, falling gently upon faces of whom they do not belong. Clouds form scrums, foretell some forecoming fable. We are feeble, only people, clasped between the crunching hands of sea and sky, liquefied, an ant between trainer and tarmac. Thunder claps, mocking us, slumped down on our knees. Storming skies start to scream, shout, listen to the stories of your brothers and sisters, they are not so different. Formed via our experience, sure, but we need not make the same mistakes. They undertake their weight so we can be relieved of such a burden. The toil and strife of another person is no less significant just because it circumvents your day-to-day life. This is why the storms must come. This next piece I'm going to share, I wrote as part of my recovery journey. There are things that people tell you when you first enter any space that allows you to get clean, that allows you to put down drugs, And one of those is that you're going to lose people along the way. You've been in a circle where people exist who are sick and they'll continue to get sicker. And now you're in a place where people are sick and trying to get better. And not everybody does. It's called Day 55. Ascending a precipice. My grip is strong and it is crucial I hold on. Some parts are so well climbed, feet find effortlessly the footholds of the patrons of this clamber. I am busy, trying to gather my strength and load it into my pockets. Strength reminds me of Yorkshire farmland, where the farmers wrestle with the ferrets. Wily and wriggly and difficult to predict. Looks cute, but it stinks. Once in a while, I'll pass a familiar face. Eyes that have witnessed this place once, twice, 17 times before. They have slipped. Perhaps their foot got stuck and they took a tumble. Perhaps they were so busy fumbling with their strength that they forgot what it meant. Perhaps, I don't know. But my pockets are empty, and the size of my strength is comparable only to a worm, writhing as school children prod me with sticks, but not much makes me tick these days. Yet this guilt I feel, I can't deal with the notion that perhaps I could conjure the potion to treat these wounded comrades and raise them to their feet, but close contact allows spread of contagious disease, so instead I offer a sympathetic smile. The kind that, while you're down on your luck, feels like someone just kicked muck into your face and turn bleakly away. The final poem I'm going to share with you today is called Fluffy Socks. Tell her you love her. Tell her more than you do now. Tell her until you're blue in the face. Tell her until she says it's wasted breath. You've told me 3 times in the past 20 minutes. And then tell her again. Because life will run its course. Too short to abort mission, too short to be missing these 3 words from your daily routine. Feel them curl around your belly warm and hold you tight. Feel them at night when you're alone. Sick of scrolling through your phone now, joining the dots on a wood chip ceiling. They will send your head reeling. I love you can switch up a day, turn a sky from acid wash grey into sparkling sapphire shades that you don't even recognise. See the words make a change behind her eyes, something she cannot disguise. Taste the day becoming sweeter, be her portable heater, that chest will soar. Fold them up and hide them in her sock drawer. Behind the ones she wears when she's so cold, the world affects her down to splintered bones. Through these 3 syllables, life becomes far less difficult. You owe me nothing, but you are my morning coffee. Your face helps me to face the day. You leave me feeling far away from all the same old bits. And there's not a bit of me that doesn't feel it. I'll know it until I'm rotten in a box. Remember that when you wear your fluffy socks. Thank you so much for your time today. My name's Ella. You can find me on social media, on Twitter and on Instagram. My handle is Ella Writes Poems. Because my name's Ella and I write poems. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.
That was, I'm sure you agree, wonderful. Ella is a very talented human being, very, very gifted practitioner of her art, Please look her up online on social media because she is mind-blowing. Okay, this is bringing us to our close now for our Sobar Social as part of the Nottstopping Festival. We're going to sign off with a bit of music, but before I just want to make a few thanks to folks who have helped out on this one. We've got Rich and Jeff from Studio House who have done a sterling job producing, editing and everything else-ing this particular excerpt of Sobar. I want to thank all the poets who have done a sterling job in getting their content to us, and as you're sure you'll agree, are very creative, talented human beings. And also a massive thanks to Miggy Angel, the main man, the maestro behind the Do or Die Poets troupe and the writing group at the Wellbeing Hub. Without him, none of this would be possible. And also I'd like to thank Double Impact, as well as Sobar, for giving us a space to broadcast in. So, I'm going to bring it to an end. I've been Jason Loftus, the manager of the Sobar, and I'd like to invite you to come and join us when we reopen again. So I'm going to sign off with a wonderful act called Putin the Dolphin with an invitation. Thank you, and see you very soon.
Would you like to come to a party? Would you like to be friends with me? Would you like to come over on Saturday? I saw you leaning your head out from the window. Ooh, isn't it strange how I feel like I know you, seen you somewhere? Would you like to come to a party? Would you like to be friends with me? Would you like to come over on Saturday? Are you the one I met at the party in September? Down on the street, gotta ask you a question. Good to see ya. How have you been?